Okay, so we are going to be adding and subtracting fractions today, but we're going to be doing them with unlike denominators. Now, just a quick review how we add and subtract fractions. These have like denominators. The denominators are the same. So we just add across the top, so 2 plus 3 is 5, but we don't add our denominators. That's only in multiplying and dividing where we go straight across. So the denominator has to stay the same, okay? Because basically I'm saying I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 2 sevenths plus 3 sevenths makes 5 sevenths. Okay, so I can only add my numerators, I cannot add my denominators. Okay, so today we're going to be working with unlike denominators. So for example, if I want to add 1/2 plus 1/4, I can add my numerators, but because my denominators are different, I can't add them. So I need to come up with a common denominator. So I do that by making my multiples list. Okay, so I'm going to count by 2 and I'm going to count by 4. So I've got 2, 4, and I start by doing the first 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, now I'm going to count by 4s and I'm going to do the first 5 of them. So I've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Now, I want to find the smallest number that is in both lists. So in this case, I see that I have a 4 in both my lists. So I'm going to change both of these fractions so that they have the denominator 4. Okay, so if I change 1/2 to have the denominator 4, and 1/4 will be pretty easy because it's already 4. That one will just stay the same. So the only one I'm changing here is my 1/2. So 2 times what makes 4? Well, 2 times 2 makes 4. Do the same to the top as I do to the bottom. So 1 times 2 makes 2. So that's 2/4. So I'm going to change this fraction to 2/4, or change this problem to 2/4 plus 1/4, and that will give me 3/4. Then I'm going to check and see, can I simplify this? Now remember, if my numerator is just one number away from my denominator, it's already in simplest form. I can't simplify that. Okay, so let's try another problem here. Let's do 4/6 plus 2/3. Okay. All right, so my denominators are different. I can't add them the way they are, so I'm going to have to come up with a common denominator. So I do my multiples. So I've got 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. Okay, now I'm going to do my first 5 multiples of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, and you've probably already seen the common denominator there. Let's see, where am I? 15. Okay, so now the smallest number in both those lists is the 6. So I'm going to change these so that they have the denominator 6. Well, this one already does, so it's going to stay 4/5. So I'm going to change my 2/3. 3 times what makes 6? 3 times 2. So I'm going to take 2 times 2, which will give me 4. So 4/6 plus 4/6. Four plus 4 is 8, and I keep my denominator the same. So that's 6, 8, 6. Now it's okay for today's homework if you have an improper fraction. You don't need to change it, but I do want you to simplify. So is there a number that divides both 8 and 6? Okay, now the obvious answer, they're both even numbers. I know 2 can work, but I want to see if there's a bigger number. So remember, when I am simplifying, I'm going to make those factor t's. 1 times 8 makes 8. 2 times 4 makes 8. There's not 3 times anything that makes 8. Here's my 4, so I'm done. 1 times 6 makes 6. 2 times 3 makes 6, and there's my 3 on this side, so I'm done. Okay, and so the biggest number that I have in both of these is 2. So I'm going to divide both of these by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So in simplest form, this would be 4/3. All right, now on today's homework, there is going to be addition, but there's also going to be some subtraction. Okay, so I'm going to have 7/9 minus 2/3. Okay, so denominators are different. I can't add them the way they are, so I need to go ahead and find a common denominator. So let's do our factors. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. Okay, the first 5 multiples for 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. So the smallest number in both of them is 9. So I'm going to change both of these to have the denominator 9. Okay, pretty easy on that one because it's already got the denominator 9. So 3 times what makes 9? 3 times 3. Since I took the denominator times 3, I have to take the numerator times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So now I am ready to subtract because I'm doing subtraction. So always when you're doing these, go back and make sure whether it's addition or subtraction so that you're doing the correct function. Okay, so 7 minus 6 is 1, and I keep my denominator the same, 9. If the numerator's 1, I already know it's in simplest form, so 1/9. Okay, message me if you have any problems or any questions. I am more than happy to help, and I hope you guys have a great week.